What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another installment of Music in the Blood. I go by Zoe. As you can see, today I'm solo. But it's all good. It's still my opinions don't matter, and I'm gonna give them to you anyway. Last time we was here, I don't even remember what we was talking about. It's been a while, so be patient with us. We're trying to get back into giving y'all more pods, talking about music. Cause a lot of things that need to be talked about. A lot of things that's been going on. So, man, let's go back and let's just start. I think the last thing we talked about, if I'm trying to remember, was the Super Bowl and the Lil Wayne situation. I believe that was what was going on. But right now, I'm gonna get to this stadium situation that Kendrick Lamar is going to with SZA. I think that was, I think that was super dope. I think it's going to be super dope. A stadium is like it's a hard thing to do. It's a lot of seats to fill. You know what I'm saying? But I believe they can do it. I believe they are more than capable of filling out seats and putting on a fantastic show. Like I'm over here thinking like, man, how can I pay for these high ass tickets? Because I definitely want to be in attendance and see Kendrick Lamar perform. I've never seen Kendrick Lamar perform. I seen his Paris show on Amazon, I believe, and I'm like, yo, like this looked like a whole experience. And he ain't just jumping up and down, waving his arm, like, you know what I mean? He has that, but it's like a whole masterpiece uh of a performance. You know what I mean? Really pushing that art form of performing. You know what I'm saying? Not just having a sing along and you know what I mean, having the backtrack and stuff like that. Like it's all him. You know what I'm saying? 6 miles a day to get my win. But I'm really excited about it. I hope they have one of them that's on Amazon if I can't go see it in person. But man, I know that's gonna be dope. And then, you know what I mean, it was so crazy how he announced that, and then boom, you know, couple sums later, boom, GNX, 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 GNX. Kendrick Lamar put on a West Coast type album. People was calling it a mixtape, and I'm like, I guess it's because you know what I mean. It's not his usual thing. I still feel like this was the body of work that he wanted to put out, and I'm gonna take it as is. GNX is so fire. It's like I don't know what he put in it. I don't know what it was, but man, oh freaking man, was I just in awe of just like yo, he really came out with this type of music and it's going crazy. You know what I mean? Now, no one can say he don't got no replay value because there's a lot of slaps on there, a lot of slaps on there. You know what I mean? And then he had a couple tracks where it was still introspective, the reincarnated. You know what I mean? Gloria, having SZA on there as well. So now they got more music they can perform on their tour. You know what I'm saying? He whacked out murals. First track on there, he name dropping, talking about certain things that was going on around him. People don't mess with him. People don't da 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 da. Literally name dropped Lil Wayne, talking about, damn, I guess my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though. Crazy. Crazy. One of your idols, you know what I mean? You beat him out, but and he got upset about the decision, whatever the case may be. And it's like, man, like all this hard work and the person now, one of the persons that I look up to other than Pac, it was upset about the situation. It is what it is. We can talk about it all day, you know what I mean, about the Lil Wayne situation and how he felt. You know what I mean? Those are honest feelings from him. So we can't really take it as like he was hating. It was just he was just upset. So we get it. We get it. It is what it is. But then he talked about Snoop. You know what I mean? Snoop was like, he was like, I hope it was the edibles. You know, Snoop posted Tailor Made on his Instagram, not knowing that it had the Tailor Made music on it. And this is what he said, I think, on a podcast when he was promoting his album, Missionary. But yeah, he said he apologized. It was the edibles. My fault, OG. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean, when somebody, not check you, but tell you like, yo, that ain't like that. Yo, like what was that? You know what I mean? Either you can fold and be in your feelings, or you can be like, "Oh, my fault. You right. I ain't had no business even. You know what I mean? Doing too much stuff. I'm high, not thinking. I'm just reposting it because you know what I mean. This a joint thing. He tagged me and I put it on my thing, so I can understand that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Snoop for standing on business and letting it be known that I wasn't on that. That was not supposed to be like that. You know what I mean? My fault. I thought I was just reposting the post type thing. So man, GNX, GNX, GNX. My favorite track on there is Peekaboo. I ain't gonna lie to you. People was whatever about Peekaboo, but Peekaboo is my jam. I ain't gonna lie. I What you talking about? You talking about nothing? What they talking about? They talking about nothing. What they talking about? They talking about nothing. I don't know what it is about it. It just hit in the car. It hit crazy. The Gen X is more of a car album to me. You could bump it on your headphones. You could probably clean your whole house, stepping on me. But you know what I mean. Get it in that car. Like I ain't never heard like boy the car is rattling on some Kendrick music is crazy. It's crazy to me, but you know what I mean. Shout out to Soundwave and everyone else that collaborated. TV Off is doing amazing. I think that one's platinum already with a Lefty Gunplay. Then you got Squabble Up. That was off the snippet. So that was cold. You know what I'm saying? So man, it freaking what's the other one with Dodie? Why is it escaping me right now? Hey now, say now. I'm all about my go crazy. Like he had LA vibes. He had like a couple of Bay Area vibes. And then he had his ones where he was spitting, and he had his R&B, you know what I mean, type of joints. Like he made a whole song about him and his writing process. You know what I mean? His pen. Like like what the heck? But he did it in such a way like it was like a love story. It was crazy. You know what I mean? And you got SZA doing her thing with the vocals, so it's like, yo, this dude, what can he not do? You know what I mean? Salute to that man. And then still bring God into the mix. You know what I mean? So man, Gen X is my favorite thing. I listen to it every day, morning, night, whenever I can, because that thing go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. You can say I'm glazing, but I don't care. You know what I mean? It got hits on there. It's certified hits, and then it still got stuff that you can listen to, like, you know what I mean, on some introspective stuff. So it's like, what else do you want to? What else you asking for? What else you asking for? That's what he on. You know what I mean? And then everyone feel like he gonna come out with another one, and I think so too. You know what I'm saying? I think so too. I think this is just a great teaser. Like, you know what I mean? Like you go to those places and it's like I'm cool with just the appetizer. You know what I mean? Like I could get jiggy with this and be cool, but you know what I mean? I think the main course is coming, and not saying that couldn't be a main course, but if he said, I think he was talking about Lil Wayne. He was like he mad about the teaser or about the, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We're gonna have to see on that one because man oh man, it's just. It's like you would go away and then you just think about it. It's like, man, let me put on if I can squabble up real quick and get bouncy. So crazy work, crazy. Shout out Kendrick, man. And thinking about Hey Now, Tyler had did a remix of Hey Now, and then Tyler actually before Gen X came out with the Chronocopia, and the Chronocopia was hard too. Like the Chronocopia felt like it was kind of inspired from Mr. Morale. Like that was his Mr. Morale in the Big Steppers type stuff, because he was talking about he was supposed to have a kid. She really wanted it. He was talking about a lot of things. You know what I mean? More personal to Tyler, what I feel like we usually don't get. So I really enjoyed the album for sure. Like I got Tyler. You know what I mean? He up there for me. Every time he comes out, it's just more and more. He gets more and more better. Like he really in love with the music process, and he made, I think, all those beats himself. So everything is him, and I can appreciate that for sure, because it's you got to lock in for real. It's very hard to lock in. You know what I mean? Get away from everything and then come out with something that's just great for everybody. And then he didn't even do it on the regular day to that people, release music. I think he did it on Monday. So he still did 300,000, and it wasn't even freaking the whole, the whole like weekend. It was off on Monday, and I think on Thursday is when it's like, or Wednesday is when it stops your first week sales or whatever. So shout out to Tyler, man, doing his thing. Shout out to Tyler doing his thing. I don't have the track list in my head, but the one where he was talking about, I think he's they thought I was dead. You niggas thought I was dead with Schoolboy. Easily my favorite. Easily my favorite. He got one with Sticky. It's Getting Sticky with Lil Wayne, Glorilla, and I think Sexy Red. That one was a bop. And he got some, like he said, he got some ones that's very like very deep. You know what I'm saying? Very, talking about a lot of issues, talking about a lot of stuff about him. So, you get down with it, man. Hey, Tyler doing his thing. So shout outs to him. And then that Hey Now little remix that he did, I think on New Year's. I don't remember where it came out. Or either New Year's or Christmas. I don't remember. It was one of them. It was just random as heck. We just woke up and it was like, boom, it's dead type shit. So, and then that one was going crazy. Hey now, say now, I'm only about my bands. Tyler the Creator is funny as hell. Oh man. And another sleeper on the GNX album is GNX with Hit It Man and I can't think of the other dude name and the other dude name. The dude that went last, I don't really like his verse, but you know what I mean? The first two and then Kendrick, they did their thing. You know what I mean? Tell him Kendrick did it. Super dope. Super dope. Let me look at my notes. Hold on. I'm kind of spitfiring right now. I want to make sure I ain't forgetting any topics that I wrote down for y'all. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're going to try to get a little bit more on timing, so you know what I mean, we can make sure we giving y'all more stuff because this is what we do. We just listen to music, talk about music. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm dolo right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all my best. So, in midst of the Kendrick situation, Drake put out a petition against to possibly get a lawsuit against UMG and Spotify for inflating numbers basically for the Not Like Us track. I don't know about y'all. I listened to Not Like Us probably over 300 times. And I'm just throwing out a number because I know I've listened to it back to 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 back. It was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like that song is so hard, and for you to think that like people are just that they faked the numbers or they pushed him, like you know what I mean. It was a song that came out of nowhere. That was dope as heck. And you think that they not gonna like do what they do for you. Wasn't it a point where you was all over everything, music? Come on now, stuff that you didn't even have no like business being around. But there you go. There's light-skinned Drake face. You know what I'm saying? So stop it. You know what I mean? That's like it's like, you know what I mean? That's like when Trump was like, yeah, I know the what you call it is messed up because I use it. It's like, wait, what? Like, should we clap for that or that's a bad thing? Like, what the heck going on? So I don't understand that angle. Like, I don't understand the angle. Now people. Now he came out with a freestyle for and then they saying like everyone thinks that is they talking about LeBron. LeBron has been supporting Kendrick, but been supporting Kendrick, and now he coming out talking about, oh, you cheating on your wife and da 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 da, and saying that, oh, the messages ain't real, that the old dude thing, and, DJ Academics, gawking, you know what I mean, just straight, just glazing everything Drake does, trying to be like, yeah, you like just being his, wingman for no reason. Let him fight his battles, and Drake, you shouldn't be trying to you shouldn't be trying to dismantle other people for listening to music. Like, I don't get it. Like, could he have just, said nothing, not came to the pop out, not da da da? He did though. It is what it is. Like, why him? And why not Kendrick? Like, I don't get it. You going after everyone else except for him. The label? Like, it would have been, I know it, like, if he's saying that, you know what I mean, certain things have been done that's unfair, right? Why do that now after you just came off a beef? And it's basically the whole reason is because Not Like Us fucking charted and did all these things too quickly, or, you know what I mean, fabricatedly, or whatever the case may be. If you really wanted to push that issue, you should have did it way before, you know what I mean, you got into a squabble with Kendrick. Like now it just seems like you a weenie. You know what I mean? If you really trying to do good, it's not coming off like that because of the way you going about it. Oh, y'all let Not Like Us and where it's saying things about me, you know what I mean, go up. But like, I'm pretty sure, isn't Family Matters still on streaming? Didn't he put that on streaming? Family Matters, where they're talking about him beating his wife and beating this girl, and that his kid ain't his. Like, I feel like those are two crazy accusations to say about somebody. You can't. One thing I don't like is, like, you can't lesser a evil. Like, yeah, Family Matters is still a thing. You can't lesser no evil. Like, what the heck? You can't put something down and be like, oh, well, that one's worse. Like, no, they're all bad. What? So what the heck are you doing? So that's why I feel like he didn't want to. I don't know. It's so many conspiracies and things are going around, and he don't. Usually he be posting, but he ain't really posting. So he trying to keep quiet about it and trying to do something. You know what I mean? And it kind of sucks because it takes away from it. You know what I mean? Because you was the one egging Kendrick on, and then said what you said after he told you, let's keep it friendly, just keep it you know what I mean, a pen squirrel. Let's just let our pens do the talking. But no, you had to bring in certain things, trying to pay people, to try to get any type of dirt on them. And it just wasn't sticking. Like, you literally had more points against everyone else except for Kendrick. And I feel like that's what it's just such a victim mentality to me that I can't get behind, man. And I like Drake's old stuff, man. And I'll continue to listen to his old stuff because that's when that was my teenage years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just, if I take one of the Take Care songs, Thank Me Later songs, Views songs come on, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, nah, but all the new stuff, you know what I mean, where it just seems like it's just washed up and just thrown out there just because of his namesake. I'm cool. I'm cool off of it. But at the same time, I'm an R&B guy, so in the back of my mind, I'm like, I do want to listen to what him and why his name escaped me. Party gonna have in store, because I mess with Party. Party does his thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. Party does his thing. It's weird. You know what I mean? He's in that space to me with like a Bryson Tiller or like a I can't think of his name either. Man, I'm losing names. I can see their face and I'm losing names. He sings a lovely song. I can't think of his name. Anyways, but I am kind of wanting to hear that because I love R&B. I love melodic rap. You know what I mean? That's why I like Drake. Drake is the best melodic rapper there ever. You know what I'm saying? The melody raps, he got that. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? But he turned poppy, and then it was just he went left with it, and then all the accents. It just goes on and on. I'm just ranting and whatever at this point, but man, the lawsuit situation, the petition situation to try to look for things and things of that nature, I feel like it's just nonsense. It's all just for him to try to shift the narrative in my mind, and it's just like, it's just unneeded. It's really unneeded. Like you could have just came out with better songs. The song he did come out with afterwards didn't hit. You know, you when you want to feel, you want to just trying to just like have some type of empathy for somebody or be, like why though? Like I feel like all his moves are just it's just not what it needs to be. Like why though? Why that? Why go about it in this type of way? And then on the freestyle, you say, yeah, I got drinking problems, and yeah, I'm like my daddy, and I got my mom's permission. What the fuck does that mean? Are you just agreeing to like I don't know. I don't know. Who you telling that to? You telling that to us? We know. We already know. You need to be telling yourself that. Like, do you believe it when you write that down? You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to hear that. We can see that. Every time we see you got a cup in your hand of that little fruity juice that you be drinking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But the whole trying to, push out on LeBron James, I think it's corny as heck. Like, leave that man alone. And then you talking about, yeah, he used to come to Toronto and well, what did DJ Academic say? They used to do on two mans. He can go out in Toronto and he'll have girls for him. Like, what the heck? Like it goes back to what Dot was saying. Like, yo, you literally doing everything. You are everything that Dot told us that you are. Bad with money, whorehouse, soliciting women problems. Like, you need some ayahuasca, gang. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. It's just I don't know. Anyways, let's segue a little bit. Um, so Pink Dress just came out. DDG, Black Boy Max, great song. So Black Boy streamer on Twitch. He has this thing called In the Booth. So he brings rappers on. They find the beat. You know what I'm saying? And he like engineers and raps on them with the rapper. You know what I'm saying? And he been getting a lot of, good songs out of it. And he's doing it the right way. He's doing it, smooth. Everything look like it's cool. So, salute him for that because that can be something totally, totally crazy. Like in the basement, Tigger type shit. Like, or, Rap Radar, like whatever. All these places where you go make a song, you know what I'm saying? Or freestyle, whatever the case may be, because we're watching them in real time. So, the process of people making their songs or whatever the case may be. So it's super dope. And the Pink Dress song, I think it's like number one on Apple Music or something like that right now over Squabble Up. So that's dope. You know what I mean? Waking up and hearing that news, I know that feels great. For real. Song goes crazy. They made a music video quick to it and everything. So real quick on them, just getting everything you need to boost the numbers and get people what they kind of want because they love the song. So give them everything. Go ahead, feed off of that. So that I feel like that's gonna really that's gonna push him into new heights. You know what I mean? He gonna become a household name just off of him just doing what he's doing. But I did see that he had an incident. He was at a Airbnb and he was recording with some artists and stuff like that, and I think 5EO and TJ came up there, and he told them don't smoke because the smoke alarm is crazy. I mean, Airbnb, can you not smoke? You go outside, and they was being weird about it. Like, why are you being weird? Like, someone asked you, yo, can you not smoke in my spot? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, how do you in your mind do you think, oh, you tripping about the Airbnb? We go pay the fine, like we pay fines. Like, it's not about that. I think it was just the whatever freaking alarm that was there was annoying, and it probably don't go off type of thing. So it's like, but anyways, like you shouldn't have to explain yourself. Like, yo, can you not do this? It should be like, oh, my fault. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you can go smoke, on the patio or outside. Like it's not that, you know what I mean? Like But it was like it looked like 5-year blew the smoke in his face. You know what I mean? TJ kept lighting the blunt back up. It's like, yo, like, so I respect Black Boys, standing his ground, like, yo, like, y'all can leave, or you know what I mean? Like, he kept saying it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that gets annoying. Like why start a problem when somebody, already asked you who y'all is potentially there for? TJ said he didn't know who dude was. I guess he said, "Oh, I just pulled up, for 5-year." Okay, then be a guest, man. Don't. I don't know. I'm not the type of person that go to places and it's like, you know what I mean. This is my spot now. Like, you know what I mean. Since I'm here, like, I don't have that type of energy with me. Very respectful. You know what I'm saying. Someone tells me, and even though I'm like, yo, can I smoke in here? We smoking in here? Like, what's up? And if someone said, nah, I just smoke in the patio, I'm gonna go. If I really want to smoke, go smoke in the patio. If someone said I can't smoke, then that's a decision up to me. It's like, okay, then I don't want to be here. Or if it's like, all right, that ain't that deep. I ain't fiending. You know what I mean? That's cool. I smoke when I'm done, type shit. So, and I say all this to say is like, the streaming is such a big platform nowadays, to where like the fans and the people watching in real time, like, you know what I mean? Like you can't. I feel like you're doing yourself a more of a disservice by, you know what I mean, displaying those type of actions. No one's saying you can't be yourself, but that looked crazy for any normal person. That looked weird as hell. Like, why, bro? You can't just put it out for a couple seconds, just, you know what I mean, or just give him respect, because this is his shit. This is his production. This whole thing is from him. So why is it such an issue? So I thought that was weird. I don't know. I thought that was weird as heck. And especially the blow in the face stuff, blow in his direction while he eating. Like, I felt like that was crazy. I felt like that was insane. Like, yo, what? Like, that, I feel like that was definitely disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. And I can understand he didn't see it. Obviously, he only saw the clips and stuff like that. So yeah, he, afterwards he, was like saying his piece and shit. You know what I mean? Saying like, I don't want to work with you. I don't want, you know what I mean? I don't want to have nothing to do with y'all. Like, that was disrespectful. Like, you disrespecting my space for nothing over some weed. Like, I guess it is what it is. You know what I mean? But the space of the streaming is so crazy, because you see Kai be having rappers on. You know what I'm saying? I think it all started from like B. Lou and Zias. You know what I mean? Because they was good on doing the reaction of music a lot. Getting paid by labels to react to their artists' music and stuff like that. So, and then it brought to the streaming world, and Kai, and Aiden, they just took it to a whole different heights and stuff like that, to where you got, Drake and Aiden giving away a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of Max shit, where he actually making music with him. So now, whereas, Aiden was bringing them on, Kai was making it experience with the rappers and the celebrities. So that was a whole different thing. And then now you got Black Boy bringing in rappers, and now they actually making a song with him. You know what I mean? While he engineering and shit like that. So the dynamic is crazy, and I feel like that's gonna really blow up. And the streaming space is just, it's where it's at right now. I feel like the music and streaming is gonna be linked, to where you got rappers, you know what I mean? You got streamers making more money than rappers, and rappers like, shit, I'm gonna hop up in front of a camera. Why not? You know what I mean? And I think it's mainly because that's just, it's a lot of different entertainment outlets. But, have a live where it's just real, you know what I mean? Obviously, you pay $5, $6, and you don't get no ads, so that's pretty cool. And, if you got a good streamer, you know what I mean? They doing a lot. So I feel like that space, especially for the rappers, is for people to see them being human or outside their comfort zone doing some stuff. I feel like that's very dope for them. So, you know what I mean? So for, TJ and the 5-year to get on and have that as their first experience is kind of suck. You know what I'm saying? But, TJ's like, yeah, if the cameras was off, I would have slapped, bro. Like, I don't feel like it's no need for that type of energy. I don't know. I think I saw TJ on Twitch, though. Oh, he was online. He was on live. So I don't know if he got a, what you call it himself. I don't know. all I'm just saying is like I'm reacting to what happened to the black boy, and I just felt like that situation was weird. But he tried to handle it as best as he possibly could. You know, you really can't, especially when you having a good time, everything going smooth, and then boom, a whole bunch of motherfuckers come in. They just try to start doing almost whatever they wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, this ain't the space for that. Like, can you not smoke, please? He was being respectful. I don't know. I would have just on my fault. Can we smoke somewhere else, like outside or something? Like we can't smoke at all. Type, you know what I mean? And then to make a decision there, and they ultimately left. So that was a decision that they made after having to be told, a whole bunch of times. But it is what it is. I guess I don't know how it's going to end, but it don't seem like it's no beef. It's just like a misunderstanding where it's just like, all right, I kind of don't want to be around y'all again. So we'll see what happens in the future with that one. Because, man, that was crazy. What else? What else I got, man? I know I got something else for y'all, man. Let me see. Snoop's album. Oh man. Snoop's album Missionary. Snoop was rapping. I don't think I've ever even freaking Doggy Style. I don't think I ever heard Snoop rapping like that. I don't know. I'm a Snoop fan. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a lot of his, hits and stuff like that. I ain't gonna say I know every discography of Snoop's. I'm not gonna say that. But man, he was rapping his ass off. I'm like, yo, what the I was in awe of how he was putting stuff together, new age beats, you know what I mean, by Dre and shit like that. Like he was doing his thing in certain pockets that I ain't never heard Snoop. Snoop usually always had that one type of flow. He was surprising me and really having the bars up. Like, what the heck? What's going on right now? Shout out to Snoop. Missionary. That shit go crazy. You know what I mean? He had some other shit. He had mostly OGs on there, you know what I mean? Rapping with him. Method Man, 50 Cent, Eminem. Yeah, it was more so OGs. You gotta hear a couple other people I didn't know. But all in all, man, what an album, man. What an album. I really enjoyed that. Like I was bumping that. I was like, yo, what the heck is this is crazy. For Dre and them to come back from Doggy Style, now Missionary. You know what I mean? You ain't doing Doggy Style no more. You know what I'm saying? You doing, you older now. Y'all doing that regular, smegular, good old Missionary. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was very surprised, and because I didn't know what to expect of it. So me just going in there and hearing Snoop and these beats going crazy, man, super dope, super dope. That's all I can say. I love that. I love that out of him. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. That's dope. I don't really have more to say. I was just very surprised and just like, and I loved it. I loved it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to Snoop, man. The OG, Uncle Snoop, going crazy. You love to see it, man. We love to see it for sure. It's a lot of everyone can eat, man. You just gotta motherfucking, you know what I mean? Do your thing. Boom. Get a plate. But yeah, shout out to Snoop, man. I love that album. That was the crazy album. Crazy, surprising type of album. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, let's segue. I'm gonna segue to I just thought about something that I didn't put in my notes. Okay, so the whole Andrew Schultz situation threw me in a loop, right? On Whacked Out Murals, Kendrick said, don't let a white man, don't let a white comedian talk about our black woman. That's law, right? We all knew, you know what I mean, from the situation, what happened with the other podcasters when they was on there talking about, black men being miserable. I forget what he said. Kendrick said that, and then Andrew Schultz kind of like he took it to a weird place for me. He took it to a weird place. Like, you know what I mean? You could have just been like, all right, you know what I mean? Because we all kind of knew that that's who he was talking about. But he was trying to make it seem like, oh man, you know what I mean? You got to put my name in there to get views and da da da. It's like, bro, stop it. But we all knew he's trying to promote, he's trying to use what's going on to capitalize. And shout out to Kendrick. I'm glad he ain't say nothing. I'm glad, you know what I mean, he just let it all talk his way out. But when Andrew So said, I'll make sweet love to him if we was in the pen, that rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's very, very disrespectful. But like, I don't know, like, but at the same time, it's like, is that an ego thing? I was thinking, like, is that an ego thing? Like, you know what I mean? But I know for a fact I wouldn't let no one say that to my face. But at the same time, it's like, he said that on the internet, and I know he's a comedian. That's what they do. Like, you know what I mean? They slide talkers. They want to you know what I mean? He's trying to promote himself. So he gonna say that shit. And he really thought that shit was funny. And I didn't think it was funny. Thought it was very weird. Very, very something I would think he would say, but I just hoped he wouldn't say. You know what I mean? But yeah, because he kind of is a don't give a F type of person. And that's cool. You could be that. But, certain things have consequences once you say it. You know what I'm saying? And then, especially if you're going to stand on it, you're going to have their opinion. Do I think people should be, giving him death threats and his kid and da-da-da? Nah, but you saying some weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? And people are going to respond. You can't, the fans are going to respond the way the fans do. No one who has fans can stop their fans. You can say it, but they're going to do what they want. They're their own human beings. So, and they have the platform to do so if they wish to. So, but you egging it on is kind of like, I don't know. And then trying to kind of play victim, like, all he said is, all he said was a statement, right? He didn't say your name. He just said a statement. You took it as, he's talking about me. And then you start saying all this other stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I just feel like it wasn't necessary. And I like Andrew, man. His comedy is good. He pushes the boundaries, because I've been watching Andrew since, I think, Geico. That's when I first saw him. You know what I'm saying? So, I to see him the way he came, under Charlemagne and shit like that, because I feel like that's how he, gained some traction after, he had a couple clips then, but I feel like his comedy really wasn't pushing like that until right now after you see him with Charlemagne. I don't know if that's just a hard stretch or a hard, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm reaching, but I feel like that's kind of how it was. Was he doing well for himself? Yeah, but I didn't see him like that. He didn't have a true name. I just knew he was like, oh yeah, he don't want to do the podcast with Charlemagne. The idiots one, I think. And then I think they have another space where they do something too. So I don't know, but I thought that was weird. I thought that was not needed to say. And, I'm glad, like, I'm not seeing his name anywhere anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, that was weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. People speak and, they play victim and they try to stir the scenario to fit their, you know what I mean, to fit how they want it to go and be perceived. So I get it, but nah, that ain't it, gang. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Ah, man. It was so weird. I really didn't know how to feel about it because it started to give me, like, I don't know, like it started to make me feel like, do he really be joking? You know what I'm saying? You know how people be trying to make something seem like a joke, but it is kind of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they really feel. Like, it can be the truth and you try to make it into a joking manner. But then when someone doesn't take it that way, now, you don't get it and you don't know comedy, and now you in defense mode. But it's like, I just didn't like the joke. I mean, like, I don't have to like the joke. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it gave me, that type of vibe. Like, that's how he really feel, like, type shit. Like, you really feel like that? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know. I can't really. I'm trying to put the words into it, but that was like how that's how I was thinking. Like, is he really joking, or because I saw a clip when he was going at the Indian guy about his people, about how they stink and shit like that. And it's like, okay, stereotypes. You know what I mean? You pushing the stereotype jokes out and stuff. And he was just really doubling down. The dude was trying to fight back, but he was just on it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. That is crazy. So I don't know. Andrew Schultz, weird guy. Weird guy. He's a weird character. So yeah. I'm gonna end it there with that one. Man, I feel like I've been talking a lot, talking for a good amount of time. These are certain things that just been going on. I wanted to get on here. I just feel like it's been so long. We still got 2 in the vault that I'm trying to put together for y'all. So it'll probably be like 3, back to back. So, if you're listening, I appreciate you listening. If you're watching me, I appreciate you watching. Subscribe, like, you know what I mean? Repost, tell somebody, download this, you know what I mean? Spread the word, man. Music in the blood, man. We really do this. We really love music. Trying to get the guys back, but me, I'm a push it. If I gotta do it dolo, I'm gonna do it dolo, and y'all just gonna be seeing Zoe all the time. So if y'all cool with that, I'm cool with that. But with that being said, this is another installment of Music in the Blood, where our opinions don't matter. We give them to you anyway. Well, in this sense, my opinion didn't matter, but I gave it to y'all anyway. And I hope y'all liked it. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.